Hello. Welcome to Full Time. I'm glad that you made it. I'm glad that I'm made it into the stream. Again, a bit late, but what should I say? Microphone is on this time. I can see the level, and I hope I have everything here. I wasn't able to prepare much, but at least I have a tea. Let's start with that, I would say. As today is May 1st, wanted to have some fun and build some kits. My wife was very thoughtful and made me 2 more billy shells for a manga. and glass doors for them, and move stuff to the basement. Monkey's paw. So yeah, sounds like a busy day, Davarok. It is May 1st. That's for sure. So International Workers' Day, Labor Day. It's a holiday. At least where am I? In my country. And yeah, I also did some stuff unrelated to the stream, but I also did some preparations for today. Still is a bit hot, but that's okay. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying your new Billy Shellfest with the glass door. So more storage space, also very important, of course. And yeah, where did we left off like last Friday? Last Friday I made this little contraption here for the upcoming figure photo. Let me just set the second camera to a more like useful angle. So this is like the thing, and I also brought the base down here. Once again, I've unboxed this. I hope I will not have to use this for much longer, but I still need it for some references, I guess. And then I photographed the base so that I have like reference. Hi there, welcome to the stream. Was there a glitch or something? Was there a drop frame? No, I don't. I see things. So like I photographed it from above. I photographed it from below. That's a useful one. And I've also did it from the side. And I've already tried to like put some numbers in here. I measured the whole base to get some readings out of this. And like for this stone lantern, I already looked up some patterns online, some 3D models, and some of them came close on different in different areas. So there was, of course, no model that looked perfectly like this one here, but I found like 2 or 3 of them that were okay. I can use the base from this, I can use the top part from this one, and so I grabbed them all, I sliced them together and cut them, and then I have now a few parts, so I can build a little stone lantern. So here is the base, here is the shaft, this is like the bottom part here, then we have this little cube, and then there is the top part, and then there is the like, I don't know, the pointy thing on top of it. So, and here is the reference. It's almost the same size. I mean, it should be because I measured it. This is like, yeah, there will be an LED inside. This has like already, like it's pre-installed. It comes like, because the people who created those files, they assume that you will need it for a light installment. And I also will try to have this like filled with plexiglass, and I will just try to sand the plexiglass so that it's not like completely transparent, so that it has a nice shimmery touch to it. Because I looked it up, those like stone lanterns, I don't know why they use the wall here and have this only open from one side, because this is not super common. I thought this is like more common, that it's like has something to do with the wind, but apparently this is like, I don't know. Yeah. Interestingly enough, today I found out that there are 2 stone lanterns here on this base, of course. They look similar, but if you look at them closer, you find out that they are not the exact same thing. This one is a little bit smaller. The top part is almost the same as here, but smaller. But if you look at the pillar, this one here has like this base, like it's like not even a finger of mine. So like, what would this be, like a centimeter? And then we have this like stem, and the other one this is much taller. Like this is almost my finger. So this is almost like 1.5 centimeter. And the stem here is also thinner. So this is not the same. This is not the same thing as this. They didn't use the same model twice. So that's interesting, I think. Yeah, and this worked out very fine. So I immediately started with the second print so that I have every one, because here are two, but in my version there will be at least 4 of them, easily to spot with the white contrast. So that's a more easy thing to do. So I will now put those things on the whiteboard. Remind me that I have to buy some ink, some printer ink. Okay, so that's the bottom part. And the bottom part is already measured, so I took the measurements for this as well, and I've created like a file that I can cut with the laser cutter, and I will do this today as well. But first, let's take out those parts from the printer that is waiting for me. Everything on one plate. So I put in the smooth plate so that you know that it's serious. But actually I will not need this super clean, because now I will just put this together, and then I will attempt to get some effects done, some weathering. First of all, I have to like sand off some corners and like get some grooves in there, and then I will try to have this like a really rough sand, and eventually I can just paint it with normal acrylic paint, because I don't have like a stone structure paste here. The one that I have, it's a structure paste. I think this is still too rough, too coarse. Tried it with the pillars, the Marin diorama, and it looked terrible. So this might be something for like a bigger surface, but on the tiny level we are working here, might not be the best thing. So let's hope. Oh. So I printed them in 2 different sizes. Like this is the cubes for the smaller one, and this is the cubes for the bigger one. So you can see side by side, this is a little bit bigger. This is the one that is in front of the base. We can now see if this looks the part. Oh, it's a bit too long though. Okay, so it's not exactly the same, but almost. Of course, this one has a base as well. I think it's this one here. Yeah. So if we glue this together, then we have like this. But I managed to like cut this in a weird angle so that it's representing this cut piece here. So I was trying to get this done faithful. I also did like this part here. I'm especially proud of this solution, because this peg here is already this peg where the ghost flame part comes in. So hopefully this pack is like, yeah, this should good. This is okay. This is almost the same size. I made this a bit smaller on purpose because, let's face it, it doesn't have to fit so tight. But yeah, this one here as well, very important. And the other ones are like just normal lanterns without any deviations on them. Luckily, I've got a new bottle of super glue, so I can just put this together. The smooth plate is really sticky, isn't it? Okay. So now I also will attempt to cut out the base plate as well, so that I can turn off the laser, because it's a bit noisy and it's not necessary that it's running like crazy. And then we can puzzle together our lanterns. Now I even have like 5 of them, so maybe we can do one extra. Okay, so for the base plate I will just use really thin cardboard. I mean, not really thin, but thinner than the wood that the rest of the structure should be. So let's put this in. Let's get some air going. Where is the button? Okay, so now let's open some windows too. Put this in here. And let's see if I can show you as well on the let's see. What do we have here? Here it is. Fine. Okay, so this must go now. Or not. Never fully understood this. Okay. There it is. There we have it. So you can still see this, hopefully. This is the one that we need. This is like the base from below. So we just try to drag this down. Okay. Put this here. So let me load some material like this. Should be okay. Okay, I guess we need 3 passes. I'll make it a 4th one. I want to have this cut. Okay. So let's try to print this then. Okay. Hashin. So, and then we might have to put this together with the super glue. Do I have to open this? No, it's already opened. So this is just a few parts. So. Yeah. Oh my god. I always thought skin is the only thing that really glues with super glue, but PLA does so well with the super glue. It's amazing how well this holds together. Because I already like tried a bit with the like the camera has to follow me. I already tried a bit with the plastic cement for the model kits, and I was like thinking, oh my god, this smells so intense. This has to be like super extreme stuff. But honestly, I'm still disappointed by all those plastic glues. Even though I'm gluing the right material, yeah, it's not magic. It's just because this is magic. This is magic. This is like set it and forget it. Actually, it was originally invented for Vietnam War instant skin stitching. Oh, okay, huh. I did not know that. That's a very interesting fact, I gotta say. I mean, it's a bit sad, but war is an innovation driver, unfortunately. I can't even like position this thing very very much, because it's instantly, you can already like crazy stuff. But I don't, if I glue this now, I'm not able to do the LED thing inside, or the acrylic glass. So I will not do this. I will just use one drop here and prepare the top part. Gotta find the middle ground. Okay, so now I have my little chess figure. The laser has already cut this out. I was a bit of a military nerd. Yeah. Nothing wrong about that. Okay, so did this went through? Yes. 4 passes is luckily enough to have this cut out. So now let's see if this is all the shape. How exact was I? Oh, not bad at all. Yeah. So the thing, how did I did this? I take a photo. I measured some of the points, like the length and the maximum length, and then I just put this together in Photoshop, and I took the path, and then I made a path that is like cuttable, and now I have like the base plate for this thing in the exact same size. And I also tried this, and I will cut this now as well, with this like flight of stairs. I don't know if it's like stairs, but it has like the structure of a stair. At least I want to try the base shape. So let me see. I've prepared a second file here as well. So how do I go back here? Let me see. I have to go back, and like this one here. I cannot grab it because I can't see it. It's black, so now I have it. Okay. So this should technically be almost the size. I will just make a test print on the cardboard so I can easily manipulate it. Printer says it's still open. There it is. So the plan is to have this done with like MDF plates, the usual thing, and then to make it a bit narrower in all areas, and then I will cover it with clay to have like this stone-like structure, and then I have to paint it. So yeah. Okay, this does not work. Come on. Do the thing. Oh no, the printer is offline. Sometimes it takes so long. For some reason this thing hasn't the best like wireless connection. Of course I could use a USB cable, but then I would be have to use this terrible Chinese software. But yeah, for some reason it doesn't look too happy. I think it can't find a connection. So let's turn it off and turn it on again. So maybe it will work. The oldest trick in the book: turn it off and turn it on again. Okay, so if this doesn't work, we will continue with gluing stuff. We'll come back later. So this one is just the destroyed base. So I can just two of them. So I'll also plug the hole in here, because there was of course a hole, and so I don't need it here. I plugged it so that we can just put it onto the base. And yeah, one thing that happened was that my spool somehow opened, so the printer wasn't able to pull the filament. So there is this one here, where you can see where the print like paused for a moment, and then I continued. Luckily I don't need this clean. In fact, it's now too clean. I will now purposefully make it even coarser and put some grooves in there. But I'm always wondering, because I had this now for a few times when I had to pause the printer mid-print for some reasons. Not all of them were planned, but each time when I resumed the print, you could tell there was like a gap of quality there, an imperfection. So I was wondering, because I've always seen videos where people constantly do this in order to like put some magnets into 3D prints and like some other things. So it's like a technique, but I was wondering how they achieve a more like stable quality if you do this pause mid-print and then resume. I don't know if it's an overheating issue. Honestly, I wasn't able to like get any to look closer into those printing settings. This is the reason why I bought a Bamboo Labs printer, and I use the bamboo filament as well, because I don't want to set up anything. It's just convenient. You plug in the spool and it reads the RFD chip, and it just you don't have to manually look up some printing temperatures, or I don't have to do this. I was reminded. So well, never mind. So okay. So now the smaller ones, or so I thought. There is one, I have one stem. One stem is missing? Really? Interesting. So I have a base, but no stem. Very interesting. Okay. Well, well, well. Maybe I was thinking of making a destroyed base as well. So how's the printer doing, by the way? It tells me it is ready, so then we should print then, should we? Of course I have to restart the whole thing. And let's go. Has to wait. Okay. So the restart worked. So now the smaller one. This one here is this one here, okay. That's the smaller one. Where's the big one? Here's the big one. So then I can put this on here. I mean, this is like a little magic cube because I was able to print this without a support. So that's pretty neat that you can print such a thing without any support. I was wondering, it's not the cleanest print. You can still see some like line breaks in here, but then again, I don't need this to look perfect. So okay, this is the one with the top part. Okay. So I'm actually I'm a few parts short. I guess I used the wrong one here. There is no such thing as a wrong and a right. I mean, they didn't even bother to use the same stone lantern on the base, so why should I use the same one? No, I don't use Artisan to smooth the prints. I know what you're talking about. I don't know if I will try. If I will ever try this. It sounds a bit like dangerous, like to set up and with all the chemicals. And until now I didn't encounter any like didn't encounter a need for such a smooth print, like to have it really shiny like this pot here, like this cup. It's not harmful, woman. Yourself on the okay. And heat sparks. That's a no. Heat sparks. That's a okay. So it's like flammable, like gas. Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, I mean, maybe I will try it. I mean, but let's face it. I've never come across a moment where I would need this though. But yeah, maybe. So I have this one and I have this one. So A stem is missing, so my phone is also not set to silent, so interesting. Yeah, I did not have any time to prepare, it seems. Okay, so now the cutter is also ready. I always call this a printer too, even if it doesn't print anything. But for me, this is a laser printer. It's like all gaming consoles are Nintendos. So let me see. This is okay. This is like this direction, and it should be from here to here. Yeah, okay. So it's like this. Honestly, should I use cardboard for this? Would be easier to work with. Would be easier to work with. So let's print this a second time and a third time. At least when the printer will let me do this. Let's print it twice. It's so nice you have to print it twice. I'm dreading the day when this printer will eventually fail or need some, what is it called, like some maintenance, because the time will come. And till now it works fine. The only thing is the unstable wireless connection that's a bit wonky, and then there is also this known flaw with this like Chinese laser cutter things, that the camera in this model is not reliable at all. So yeah, it's a 3mm like carton. I love this stuff. This is actually used for book binding. Like you have your hardcover book that you can use this as an inlay. So it's thick, it's dense, but you can still cut it with a Stanley knife. You can bend this in shape. Water resistance, it's okay-ish. MDF also terrible. And I can just do the base structure, and then I will cover it with clay to have those like stone-like structure, and to have it a bit more like a model shape. So yeah, and it's easier to work with. At least those more complex structures. I mean, the Merci bar here that we already established, I can make like, it's just a piece of wood. It's not a problem at all. It might even have the right thickness, so yeah. IKEA makes a lot of solid furniture from paper. It's good for table. It should be good for, yeah, of course. I mean, there is this, what's this called? The Kallax line. Is it still Kallax, or is it like another name now? That is famous, just like cardboard with some paint around it. But let's be honest, MDF. We have a carpenter, like an ex-carpenter in the company that told me that MDF is like standing for Mitteldichte Formplatte. So middle dense plate, wooden plate, or like shaped plate, and I would say this is still like cardboard. So yeah. There are also tons of furniture where MDF is used these days because it's light, it's cheap. Apparently you can work with it very well. No, those coffee tables, they have a paper core in shape of beehive hexagons. Yeah. Interestingly enough, we have like this a client that has like household appliances like refrigerators, and they had this line of like retro refrigerators that look like the ones from the 50s with like the round edges and like this big silver chrome handles, and in like colors that are not very like common in a kitchen setting, like pastel colors or like a shiny red. And the cap that rounds up the housing is just because they usually come back to us when the thing is broken and when it gets you know, trashed. The cover is just like empty with some cardboard inside. So yeah. You never know. So it's sometimes stuff is made really, really cheap. I mean, it's the same thing with figures. I mean, I've never done this, but I've seen pictures of people who are like putting apart their figures and like cut them in half. And this is not like filled like 100% infill, like in 3D print terms, to speak so. So some figures are just like hollow inside. So yeah. So I guess I will not need the printer anymore. There, I said it again. The printer. The rest I will do from hand. Gotta use my hands also, so that I'm not totally replaced by a machine. Those are super popular. Where are they still? Because I had the feeling that at least they stopped to sell them. They don't have them on offer anymore. I think this trend already died down a bit. So should I make the glass thing as well? If I have like a plexiglass here, I should have some. Let's see. There is it. There it is. Because I have so many picture frames where I only need the frame and not the glass that comes with it. The sturdy glass. So I can use this. Very, very useful. So maybe I cut it here on the second table. Like 2 years ago, yeah, they were like super popular. Yeah, it's just the top part, so it's not completely cardboard. But oh my god, I have something to show you, because this is like a thin sheet of acrylic plastic. So, and you can do this, of course. So that's pretty normal. Yeah, that's a pretty normal sound. You would expect this to hear this. But I got some really thin sheet metal. That's a tongue twister. Thin sheet metal. We use this in the garden, and this is like totally awesome sound design. Like, look at this. It's like a thunderstorm. I will turn down the music that you can enjoy this. Like, where is the music? Let's mute the music. So yeah, I was like keeping this part because I thought like maybe I will do some recordings. I used to do some like sound recordings a couple of years ago, I even recorded some of them to certain platforms. It was just free sound. Is it freesound.com? I don't know. It's a sound library for like sound effects and some minor BGMs. That's very cool. It's totally free. It's a really old site. I think it's styled like an old site at least, and you just need an account, but it's totally free. You don't have like any. It's like very little to none bullshit. And so I've uploaded a few sounds there, and then I also tried some commercial platforms like what is it called, Envato, like Audio Jungle in back in the days. And I even made some money out of from my sounds, like a few bucks that I was able to redeem. Because you have to wait until a certain period of time. But then again, it was like super stressful because they had like pretty strict moderation, so you couldn't upload any bullshit sound. You had to meet a certain level of quality, not even with the sound itself, but also with the like description, and yeah. So it was like not worth the effort, I thought, to continue this. But yeah, so sometimes it was fun to record some sounds. Okay, so let's close the window because last time I forgot, and it's still cold. Nights it still gets cold. So okay, so now let's cut this. Storm's coming. I can see the clouds. Where is it? Knife. Knives out. I had a ton of knives in this drawer, and somehow they all disappear. They all disappear. Go to my second place here. Okay. So how big have to be? Let's see. 2 centimeters. Is it too much? Oh, bit too much. So let's cut it short by 1 millimeter. Okay, and now it's like 2 centimeters. No, it's way less because I have to bend it. So it's just 1.6, 1.5. So let's. I want to make this as one large piece. That can't be right, can it? So narrow, but yeah. Huh. Does not look right, but we will see if this is the correct way to do it. I will just make a small groove, so that eventually I can bend it. No. Snaps off immediately. Oh well. So it won't be one piece after all. It's also slightly too large, so. Okay, but I guess I can't cut this any. Can I cut this any further? Let's see. Okay. Fine. Is it still too big? Still too big. So now that's a good one. Okay, so technically, if I will use the fine paper. Where we have a fine paper, we can use the fine paper from the model. One piece is real. No, it's not. It's just, I was like, hopefully I could bend this. Okay, there is a foil on here. So now we make a milky glass. Maybe a bit more though, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, that's more like it. We need some rough materials here, not this model building bullshit. It's a real man's work. That's a nice glass. Not transparent at all. There's the starting point. And if I can now manage to glue this in there, this already looks quite nice. So should I do this with the super glue as well? I mean, I can try, but not with my thick fingers. It's just a small amount. I'm curious what a liter of this super glue might cost. Huh? Would be pretty expensive, wouldn't it? Ooh. Ooh. So, but they're all too big, so I have to cut each of them down. And do you recall what we talked last stream? I don't know if it was a Monday or a Friday stream, but last time I told you that I will come up with a solution for talking points, like topics that I can bring up on stream. And today I had a bit of free time, and why do I say I? So I let Gemini come up with a code for a wheel that spins. Camera is not following me. It's annoying. I have to stand up too much today. So yeah, I have to let the AI write a code for a spinning wheel that I can like host on a website, and I mean, I can spin it without any hassle. That's not the issue. But now I'm currently looking into ways that you can spin the wheel, and you can decide the topic that we should talk about, or at least I should talk about. And currently it works. I'm just try to come up with a solution for the chat command. So if you type a certain command, you can spin the wheel. And the only thing that I wasn't able to figure out now is the cooldown, because there has to be a cooldown. And also if I can manage to like have this off screen like now, and if you type the command that it pops up like the thing where the graphic that pops up when a piece hits the ground. But I don't want to do this manually, so if you type in the command, that OBS like pulls it up. Oh, we talked to it. Yeah, I thought it was Monday. Yeah. So yeah, and usually I do stream for like 2 or 3 hours, and I thought like cooldown would be like 1 hour, so that you have the chance to spin it like multiple times a night. And there are like, what, 7, 8, 9 topics on the wheel, I don't know. And what topics there are, I mean, can be decided by me, but you can also weigh in on this decision. Maybe there will be a suggestion box or something. And yeah, then we have some talking points. Yeah. So I've managed all of this. There is now a cooldown so that you can only spin it a set amount of like time. The only thing that doesn't work perfect now is just like a system that tells you what to do. Like if you hit the cooldown phase, it would be nice if it tells you how long the cooldown still works, and so I have to investigate a little further. But it's crazy, like the coding stuff is crazy with artificial intelligence, because I could never do this on my own without it. So. And I've tried some small like projects in the past without AI, because there was none, and so you had to look up certain code fragments manually on like forums, and sometimes this worked, but there was never like A to C solution or an A to Z solution. It was always like, this person wrote something, okay, try this, and then the other person wrote something, okay, this is also a good idea, but it was never like, okay, just copy this code, paste it here, and it should technically work. So yeah. So if I weren't able to do this, I would just have to like have a board here, or like a random number generator. I mean, there are ways to do this, of course. You don't have to use it. It's just, I want to make it a bit nicer, so. Giant Wheel of Fortune, yeah. I mean, like I said, it is crazy. But you just say you want a wheel that spins with like certain topics, okay? So, and then you get this code, and then you say, okay, but I want to have it like to slow down at the end and make it really, really suspenseful. And there you have it. You have the code. And then you say, okay, but now I want to add a clicking sound, like, and then you have the code. So it's like I'm also wondering that this is still for free. Like I use Gemini, like basic normal Gemini. I haven't the time to look into Claude till now, and I also don't fully understand this like whole AI token thing. So from what I'm getting is like the tokens are like a currency for like prompts, but where do you buy those like tokens? Because ooh, there is like a slight gap between the pillar and the glass. That looks really nice. Almost like it's there on purpose. I like it. Okay. So because people are like joking around online that you waste all your tokens with certain prompts and on certain like functions, and yeah. So I mean, also I'm pretty sure that a wheel with certain topics that could be spinned by user or by the streamer itself is a thing that might be existing as a plugin for certain platforms like Stream Elements or basic Twitch or whatnot. So yeah, this is not a super unique thing to have, I assume. So if there wasn't AI that codes me this stuff, that I might look into pre-existing plugins. But then again, if you find a free one, who knows? So now I have to like get mental notes down for some talking points, because I was sitting there and I filled in the first talking points on the wheel, and I was like, what should I pick? Because I don't want all of them be super like basic topics, and I also don't want all of them to be super like nerdy topics, like things related to like figures and building stuff. I want to have some out of the box topics as well. Might even some controversial stuff. I don't know. Okay, so now so that this is installed, I might can use a light to shine in there. Let's try this with the smartphone. Okay, so this does nothing. Let's try to cut the light. Ooh, okay. Oh, very well. I mean, there is still some glow down here at the base. Actually, that's not too bad to be in the dark in the workshop. We can totally work like this, like with a candlelight environment. I can just use this as an like interact light. Now it's a bit like late after night streams. Okay, so this works. Of course, the final. Oh my god. The final version will be a blue light in here to correspond with the figure. Yeah, ghost stories, campsite stories. So yeah, so this is perfect. So we need 1, 2, 3. I guess 4, but there is no stamp, so I might have to print one. But I started the print upstairs, so I have to resume it from upstairs. You can recall the last print it a second time, but you can't modify it. So okay, so let's continue with those glasses. I will cut it a bit shorter this time, so that I don't have to do it second time. But it actually fits the figure's theme perfectly. Ghost stories, yeah. Now, like I said, I still have a blue LED fairy light string that I can use. Those fairy light strings are super old, but I bought a bunch of them like almost 10 years ago, and I used them for different projects, and I had like really a ton of them, but now they are getting sparse because I use them and then often I destroy them, or I just make them unusable next time. And so I might have to buy some new ones pretty soon. I also have to order some colors for the Lancer kit for Plamande, because soon we will hit the point where to color this, and then I don't have the materials, and so I can't work on the kit. But when it comes to buying stuff, I'm really hesitant. I don't know. For some reason, I don't like to spend money on things. So usually if I have to buy a thing that I want, I still wait a couple days and just procrastinate with the buying, even though I know that I need the stuff. What paint? Citadel, Army Painter, Speed Paints are nice. I don't know. Maybe we'll use them. I haven't thought about it, to be honest. I might look into the more like traditional brands that you can get here, because it's like a gunmetal gray and stuff like that, so it would be pretty common from all the military stuff that is a bit more out there, I would say. Yeah, I have to look if there is an official coloring guide in the snaps right off in the booklet, but maybe. I mean, Citadel colors are a thing that I already worked with back in the days when I tried to build like garage kits. for the point when I hit a road block, I might as well start with those like dollhouse kits. Those are model kits, aren't they? To build them. Maybe I can finish one until my birthday comes up, to have something to show to the people who bought it last year. Yeah, it's the thing. Yeah, the Kotobukiya kits as well. So I was wondering if the 30-minute sister or 30-minute fantasy line has this as well. Although I find it a bit ridiculous that it's like measured in percent. I mean, I know I don't know a better way to do this, but how can you like measure this in percent and be like precise enough to mix this? Doesn't seems no, sounds like bullshit to me. Especially in these small quantities that we are dealing with. I actually have lots of cheaper those dollars. Yeah. Of course they didn't waste any money on me. I mean, luckily. My birthday is like 20th May. So in like, what, 3 weeks from now? With plastic droplets. Yeah, I have those, but still, it's like, first of all, I was like sucking in all the air. And then again, I felt uncomfortable using them. I just got back to a spoon measuring, like tiny spoons, or just put out some drops and just counted the drops. And then of course I also noticed that it's not, you don't have to be that exact, let's be honest. It still doesn't fit. Yeah. Taurus, the last one, actually. It's the last day of Taurus. At least that was what my parents told me. Because funny thing is that I'm a Taurus in the like Western astrology circle, and I'm also a cow, or like a buffalo in the Eastern astrology circle, because ours is based on the month that you're born in, and the Asian one is like the year that you are born in. I don't know if they have like similar traits. I mean, I guess. At least the animal ones. I mean, they have like a swine, a snake, a horse, a dragon, and we have like things like a scale, or like a what's it called? Wassermann. It's like it's not mermaid. It's like Aquarius. It's Aquarius, isn't it? It's the age of Aquarius. Is a song, huh? I can't even like recall all the signs, at least in English. It's such basic vocabulary, but I never use it, so I'm not familiar with it. But Diaborg, that you might know the like there is the alphabet, and then there is like what is called this, like spelling the alphabet, when you say your name to someone and you say like A like apple and B like da da da. And at some point I had to learn the NATO one, like when I was in the military. So I learned it once, almost forgot all of them. Besides the more famous one, like Alpha, Charlie, Foxtrot, like Delta, I don't know, some of them. Yeah. Isn't the K for kilo, where they use like a metric unit? I found this always a bit funny. But yeah, I can't recall all the signs. I mean, I can't even recall all the signs in German, what they are, like all the 12. I cannot recall them at the top of my hand. Yeah, the arm is due with the kilo. I guess there are other usages as well. Some pretty random stuff where they refer to metrics more commonly. But interestingly enough, now, because of the whole like mixture of culture through the internet, I've come accustomed to imperial units as well, or like freedom units. So if you say like a cup of something, or like a yard, or like a Fahrenheit, I can at least like guess how much this is. Like if you say like 2 cups, I have a mental picture of how much like sugar or flour this is. A pint, it's a bit more. It can't be like exactly 500 milliliter, but pretty much. I mean, they all have like different like ways of measurement, or like terms for measurement, but it's almost always like pretty close to each other, because we have like half a liter for like a large drink that you can order, and a pint is basically the same thing. It wouldn't make sense to receive like a very short drink or very large drink. I mean, we have like this mass, the boot thing, but still it wouldn't make sense to do this. So if you have like a cup of flour as a measurement for like cooking, it wouldn't be like wise to make a cup like this big bowl of, it's like a cup, it's like a handful. It's like, because basically all our measurement systems are originated from like body stuff. You measured your bread with your elbow, and if you do this, like span your arms like T-posing, if you measure from your fingertips to the other side of your fingertips, you basically have your height, your body height. It's pretty accurate. So yeah. And this also comes handy if you are short of some like measuring devices. You can always use your body to do so, or if you have a pretty rough estimate, at least you can use like your steps, your feet, your like to measure like a distance and stuff like that. So yeah, you can buy your clothes. It's like the same thing. You would never you would never go to a store with a measurement, with a measure tape. You just like put it on your body and see if it might fit, and if you're uncertain, you try it on. But I mean, sometimes they try you to do this if you order online some stuff, like some merchandise. There is like a graphic that says, okay, from here to here are like 40 centimeter, but usually you don't do this. So yeah, so it's no coincidence that all the units of measurement might sound different, and but they are pretty close together. It's just like a cultural like relic to have, that people, I guess people want to have it. It's the same with language. How often was I thinking like it's the old Bible tale, like wouldn't it be great if we all spoke one language? Like, of course we had to start somewhere and somewhen, and then of course we had to decide which language, and there would be the first troubles. But then I think people want to have their own language, their own like native tongue. They are somewhat proud of it, and so you would not be able to succeed to have one universal language worldwide. I mean, English, yeah, but still, we could like say, okay, just don't do the other languages anymore, just focus on one, and then we have solved worldwide communications. Yeah, there was an Esperanto language, but it did not work out so well. Because the people that are speaking a very common language that many people speak, like based on the whole number, they will always say, why should I learn something different? Like an native English speaking person would say, why should I learn like French, German, or like Korean? The Chinese might also say, why should I speak something else? And if you try to invent a new language, so yeah, this might not work. And nowadays it is also like kind of pointless, because soon enough we will all have like little like earpieces that instantly translate conversations. I mean, we do this now. We do this right now in our company. We constantly have to talk to like drivers, like truck drivers, and they usually speak some Baltic or some Slavic languages, and so we can either like communicate in rough like English or German, or we just wipe out our phone and like let us translate instantly. And now with this whole like language models, and with this whole chatbots, you can even do like full-on conversations. You don't have to type it in and just hand it over. You just lay it on the table and say, okay, now translate everything that is said. So pessimists learn Russian, optimists learn English, realists learn Chinese, and Bayake. I don't know if Esperanto is good as a language. I mean, people always say like, oh, this language is easy to learn, and I'm like, is there such a thing? I don't know. An easy language to learn. I mean, I guess, but still. I was never a language guy, to be honest. I thought it pretty pointless, even back then when there wasn't a thing like instant translation. I was like, sure, I can be like quirky and learn a new language each year for like my vacation, I even like as the good weep that I was, I even like tried to learn Japanese, of course. And guess what? I've learned it. I was like taking courses and making like online courses, and I tried to read and write and all that stuff. And guess what? I never had to use it. I never had to communicate. So when I stopped learning it, I forgot. So, and that's the thing with all the things. If you just learn it because of the sake of learning, you will forget it, or at least don't remember so well. It's like the same with school things. Most things that I learned in school, like math or like grammar, other topics, I don't recall them. If it doesn't like come up in my daily life routine, why should I? I was learning how to bake thanks to Yakita Japan. Ah, yeah, I mean, that's more useful than speaking Japanese, I would say. It's a funny thing. One of the topics on the like mock-up wheel that I did today was bread. So that's funny that this topic comes up now. Talking about bread. I was like thinking about what's a random thing to talk about. I was like, bread. You have only X years to live. It's not worth to spend things that you... Yeah, exactly. And you can't do all the things in life. You will miss out on certain things. Back then it wasn't like as obvious because you didn't know all the things you can do. But now that you have like this constant stream of information that is brought to you, you sure feel like, oh my god, I have to do this and I have to like achieve that in my life. Back then you was like just could only like see what your parents are doing, what your like co-workers are doing, what your friends are doing, your neighbors, but you weren't like influenced by all the other people in the world. And the cruel thing is, not only that time is the most precious, the cruel thing is, and now we're getting philosophical here, you don't know how much time you have. That's the cruel thing. Because if you would know that you are living to like 80 and then it's finito, then you could say, okay, I can like plan out this 80 years. No biggie. I mean, of course, we have a rough life expectancy, but even that is somewhat flawed. It's funny that we like have no clue if the human organism can like just live on forever, or how long it would be like if we maintain our body really, really well. I mean, realistically, you don't doing that, but still. That's why Ausbildung is really cool. You can check if you like. Yeah, that's right. So most of the things you learn in school or during your like college or university, you might not ever use again, but it's still it brought to your attention. You can try it. It's like a workshop at a convention. They are not really useful if you want to achieve something. You will not be able to like make a costume or make a skill and harness a skill and be productive. But at least you can like try it out and meet certain people who are also interested in this topic. But yeah, what I want to say is, we don't know how long we live, and the mixture between those two things is what drives all human like behavior. First thing is, we know that we will die. I'm really certain that most other creatures do not know that they will die. They might know if the death is imminent. So if a pet gets sick and, you know, they behave other way, so they might know it, oh, it's coming. But a puppy might not know that it will die in like 15 years. You can't tell me that. I will not believe you. The second thing is, we also know eventually how long we will live. So like life expectancy. So we know that we will die, and we know how long we will live. So we have a pretty rough, like a pretty good understanding how much time there is, and how we could use it, should use it, and will use it. And I guess this is the main driving force behind all human desires and things that we do, like all the good things, all the bad things, all the wars we fight, all the achievements we make. Those two factors. If you want to leave something behind after you die, that's why art is great. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's like the guy that painted the Mona Lisa or like other famous paintings. I don't know if he was like could be sure that this will still be relevant today. Maybe he hoped, but you can never be for sure. I mean, there are like some books, some music, some movies that will be here forever, and others are just forgotten. So, I mean, then there is the whole concept of the second death, and the last thing you create, or when the last person knows that you were here at some point. But yeah. I guess this is also not only artists. I mean, artists create to maybe leave a legacy. But I don't think that this is the main force that drives a creative person. But I guess the main force to leave something behind is our will to recreate. It has to be. Otherwise, like, the humankind would already be extinct. But for some reason, you want to recreate, even if it doesn't make any sense, like in terms of financially, at least most of the times. Or it makes any sense in the term in the thing that you are like want to have more time for yourself, because let's be honest, you will giving up all the or most of your free time or like your independency if you start to create a family. Some more than others, but if you have a child, you might know, okay, some of the stuff that I now have in my life might be useful for this kid in the future, and I can hand it over. Yeah, so maybe this is like the thing that might result with the talking points, that we have like totally different conversations. And it also depends on what I'm doing, because now I can just talk a bit more freely, because this doesn't require much concentration from my part. But if something tricky is coming up, then I have to think, and then I have to shut up. Shut up was also a topic, so maybe I if the wheel falls to this shut up section, I might go silence for an hour and just like, if necessary, communicate via chat and let you enjoy the music. I'm glad that you're happy with that. That's not good. Better. It's much better to talk with a person who seeks the truth than talk with a person who thinks it knows all the truth. Oh, I don't know shit, to be honest. Like, even with like topics that I'm versed in, like my job or like this, I don't think I'm a good teacher. I hate to teach people. Like, I'm the one who gladly will suck up all the knowledge, and I will gladly be a student and learn from people. Even if it's annoying, if somebody like scolds you and like criticize you, but in the end you might gain more out of it than from people who always like are yes men and are saying, oh, that's so wonderful and you're so great, and so I'm okay, yeah. But yeah, I always feel uncomfortable when I like try to explain stuff to people and try to like be a teacher. That's also the reason why I didn't do much tutorials, because then it always is like, okay, this is the way you have to do it, or at least like I do it, and this is like the best way, and I'm so proud of my method. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, I just try things. And let's be honest, nowadays the last thing you want to have is another tutorial, because there are people out there who already figured it out. It's the sad thing about the internet. Regardless your question, how silly it is or how like complicated, chances are high that there was at least a second person who already thought about or asked the same question. So yeah. So this is like one of the last ones. Okay. I've just ordered 5 books about building model kits in Japanese from Hobby Search. I just love to collect hobby guides books. It doesn't matter if it's how gardening or build wooden staircase. Yeah, I think I know what you're referring to. Oki had like one of those, or at least several of those magazines as well, and they are pretty cool. Like they are really like high quality magazines, almost like a catalog of some sorts. And this is like really tied to the topic of model building. So you have like new releases, like reviews. It's like the closest thing we have here is like those like magazines for more common topics like cars or like cooking, gardening, like, you know, hobby things that the majority of people actually enjoys. But yeah, would be cool if we could like have this in English or like even in German, but then again, I wouldn't count on that. Is like this cosplay magazine still around? What is it called? Kohaku? Is that still a thing? Because they had like major success when I was still at conventions. Was almost uncanny how successful they were, at least in terms of putting out new issues. I got a guidebook how to sculpt anime figures. 2 pages, 30 pictures, how do a nipple step by step. I mean, that's the thing. All those figures we buy, at some point, at least back then, now I don't know if there is some like 3D printing and ZBrush involved. I mean, ZBrush, I know for sure that people use it, but at some point, someone had to make this figure like from hand, like from clay, and of course now, if you are interested in these topics, like I said, now that I started model building, my whole like Instagram, like Facebook feed, like Twitter feed is full of like those short videos of people like doing related stuff. And of course, it's always sped up. It's like a time lapse or like heavily cut, so it looks like very easy, like, and the thing is ready. And it makes you think, oh, this looks totally easy. I can do this. I can do this. No problem. I used Good Translate with camera. It works with Google Translate. Yeah, it sure does. It's I mean, better than nothing, of course. And I was like, I know we miss the old Twitter, but let's face it, the old Twitter translation for Japanese Twitter posts was like garbage, and now it's getting there. It's getting there with X and with like this whole Grok and instant translation, and now they are even like have changed it to auto translate so that you read. It was like a whole thing in German from accounts where I thought, wait, this doesn't make sense. And then I looked into it and, oh no, it's now auto-translate to my language. So there is a Plamo Tsukuro on YouTube for 20 years ago, and there is how to make figures step by step with a 3D computer art and clay prototypes. Yeah, nice. Okay, this is not enough for the whole thing, sadly, but oh well. Or maybe it is. Well, you could never know. Let's try. Always short on material. This doesn't work. Now it won't last for sure, so why even try? Let's just cut another one and be done with it. Yeah, and then again, there are also so many sub genres to each hobby that you can take. For a special, for example, like figure photography, I had to put together this little presentation about figure photography, like almost like 5 years ago, and I was holding. It wasn't a workshop; it was more like a presentation at certain conventions, and even back then, I managed to pinpoint like 3 major subsets of like figure photography, where people are like more concerned with building miniatures. This is what like I'm doing, but not so much the whole like picture taking process. And then of course there are people who are doing minimal stuff like scenery building, but are like really good when it comes to light and post-production and blending together different images. So even though you like work in the same field or have the same basic interests, you might be on a total different level. I mean, compared to languages, this might be more like a dialect, like an accent that someone has. This might actually be a good comparison. If you meet with someone who basically does the same thing, but you can't quite wrap your head around it yet. So I don't know if I might be able to glue this together already, if this is a wise thing to do. Because I could like put the LED inside still from below. So I guess I don't do it. I don't do it now. Let's wait. Let's wait and see. So where to put this one? I guess it's safe to place it here. And then I need a bit more. But now that you're wearing the now that you mentioned IKEA, I might have to take a trip to IKEA as well in a couple days, because I found this lovely little outdoor kitchen that I want to install in the new garden on the porch. Not that I will use it much, but yeah, it looks nice. Oh yeah, is it so late already? Oh, it's 11 p.m. Okay, so yeah, good night. Thanks for stopping by. I will try to get some work done till midnight, I guess. And yeah, have a nice weekend, and we will see each other on Monday, on Pla Monday. This is a good one. Okay. So yeah. Let me check if everything still works. Did I put the music back? Yeah, I did put the music back. Okay. Fine. So yeah, if you're still watching, this will be the base reconstruction for a Tohu figure. This is the base of the figure. I don't know if I can pull up the figure. Let me see if they can do this real quick. It's always a hassle to do this. Because I don't recall the name. It was Yomu, wasn't it? There it is. So let's try this one. Maybe I should have this open all the time to basically show this to people. So yeah, that's the figure that I'm making a diorama. Oh, the photo in the garden. Yeah, with the smart doll. Huh? Yeah, I was hoping to get this done with a bit more action, but now on Friday, oh no, today is Friday, like the last work day to yesterday. No, yesterday. The landscaping company stopped by and they managed to fill in all those like surfaces, like all those areas where the grass will grow and the flowers. They managed to put all this in one day, so this was really quick. We thought it might take like 2 or at least 3 days. So now I have the problem that I won't be able to get a vacation for the next 2 weeks. So I guess we now hit a roadblock, and we can't move on because there are still a few things to tidy up and to clean, but we don't want to make it like super nice now and then have it all ruined again when I like lay the grass, because we will use the instant grass, like the Rollrasen, like where the grass is already like grown in another place for you and they roll it up and then you have to put it up there. It's like laying a carpet almost. We made good experiences in the front yard like last year, where we used this kind of grass from the company we will buy again, and now it's 1 year in service and it looks amazing, gotta say. It's like I can put the figure away. You've seen it. It's like, this is like what I'm doing, what I'm trying to build, to replicate the base. I decided to replicate the base. Normally I would just like take the base, the existing base, and just build around it. But for this one, I have decided to recreate the whole base from scratch and then add stuff like this here. It's already falling apart because I was just doing this very quick and dirty. So to have a bit more, a bit bigger of a base, and then make a nice picture of it. Nothing too crazy this time. But I don't know. Maybe I will put a bit more like effort into all the small details this time. And if this turns out well, like if the figure has a good mount, I mean, let's be honest, can't be more worse than this thing, because the mounts are terrible on this figure. But if this turns out to function well, I might keep this. I might keep this in the showcase as it is, as a little special figure base. I've come to I've licked the forbidden fruit of keeping stuff when I did the lane base that will be handed over tomorrow to a friend of mine. But yeah, I have the space in the showcase for larger figures. But I don't want to spend the money for larger figures, so I'm afraid. So those spaces might be empty for a pretty long time, and then those are the biggest spaces in the showcase that are empty, and this does not really look that good. So I might be building some extended bases in the near future for certain figures to have them displayed like this. I'm not basically a fan of like filling your shelf with unnecessary add-ons. Like some people use the inlays of figure boxes and place it behind the figure. And I don't like this for my setup because it doesn't fit in that well. Also, you wouldn't be able to see the backlight then. So, but if it's a tasteful arrangement, maybe. So yeah, but the garden, I don't know when we can press on. I mean, we always say, okay, now we are hitting a roadblock, but then again, each day we find enough work till sunset. Like for example, tomorrow we might use the the shopping work day, Saturday, to buy some plants and to have them planted. And maybe also, like, I don't know. I mean, we will find stuff to do. Basically, we now have like the shed. We have a garage, a small garage, like for. It's not a garage where you can put your car in, but like it's a small. We call it a garage, but yeah. Then the shed, and then we have like the storage room behind me, and we have now to decide what goes where, because now it's like basically all things are in the storage room, and now we have to decide what goes where, and we have to memorize the new locations of the items. So if you search for something, you know where to search. And so we have to tidy up the whole thing. I just noticed that I have to cut this here as well. And yeah, and I also want to buy a new outdoor kitchen, or I want to buy a outdoor kitchen, because I don't have an old one. Sometimes we do barbecue in summer, and before we had the renovated house, we were like savages. We had no space to eat. We just put on a dinky plastic table, and we had this like small barbecue station. And when the weather suddenly decided to get ugly, like it sometimes does in the summer afternoons, we were like, oh well, there goes our barbecue plants, because we don't have any a combination to sit outside with a roof. But now we have all those things. We have a roof, like a winter garden of some sort. We have a place for the barbecue station, and so we might be able to eat outside more often. And so I want to have an outdoor kitchen. I really like your little house you built for Ram and Ram, especially the one with the farmer. I also noticed that you kept the setup when you posted the lane, and it actually made me really happy to see. Yeah, this one was like was made to keep. I had always like I wanted to keep this, because it was like such a silly idea of mine to have the weather house for figures. I started with a nativity scene with Nando figures for one Christmas. Basically, it was just for one photo, but then I decided to keep the nativity scene around, and had it on display each year beneath the Christmas tree with different Nando figures. But you know, again, because of the internet, you might notice that this is not a unique thing that only you do. There are people who do this as well. But I've never seen somebody who made a weather house for figures or for Nandos, and so I thought, oh, this might be a interesting project. And maybe I will continue those builds in the future, like build a cuckoo's clock. Maybe have a working weather station. That would be awesome too. I might as well have some. I know some person who can do this, like put in some actual gears and some like computer, like a Raspberry Pi that gets the weather information from the internet, and then accordingly moves the figures in correspondence. So you can always do like crazy stuff. But I don't have the knowledge to do this, so I have to rely on other people, and I am usually not the biggest fan of when it comes to relying on other people. Oh, that fits like a glove. That fits like a glove. Very nice. But I will still glue it, because otherwise I will be sad if it drops out. Or will I? Oh, it's so hard to get it out. No, I can't. What have I done? Okay. So now that's it. So yeah. But the weather house is a nice thing to have. I mean, it's like I said, it's a conversation starter. The other house, like the Cafe Licorico from Licorice Recoil, that's more like a thing you can recognize if you're a fan of the series. It's not immediately clear what its purpose is, other than it's a huge diorama. But the weather house, if you know, you know. If you're from around like the Dach region, you might notice what it is, and then you find it hilarious. Okay, so now that one. Oh, okay, so that one is a destroyed one. Oh yeah, now it makes sense. So I've put all together all the lanterns. Next step, I want to try to damage them in a certain way. I have this extra piece here that I don't really need right now, so I will start with this one. Let's whip out the good old mini tool. With some stuff. Where it is? Here. Let's see what we have in our treasure chest. This looks the part. That one looks good. This is also fine. Oh, that one. Oh, it's like a. I guess those three are suited for the job. So before I start, let me just hydrate a bit. So now the noise comes back into the stream. The dentist noise comes back. So there are certain like cracks in here that I can form already. Like a pointy drill. And let's see, if I want to make like a big crack, I just let me bring you near the action. Okay. This goes shockingly well. I mean, you can't see shit, but believe me, it's there. And then I might have to do some lighter ones here on the base. And I also can carve the stone a bit like on the edges, that it's not so pointy. Here there was some guy who chipped up the whole edge. Let me see. Well, now we can already see the infill is showing, so might have to melt this shut. Okay, so that's all the stuff with the hard cracks. And now, hand me the coarsest sandpaper there is. Ah, very coarse, like ridiculous coarse. 40, oh, 40. 40 is really coarse. It's 180. What's this? What's this? It's like for a bandsaw machine. I want to touch this. What's this? 80. Okay. I guess 40 is pretty rough. 40 is pretty rough. Let's see if we can put a structure on this. Or if we have to use something even coarser. Crack starting to form, but still is not enough. Still is not enough. Still so smooth. Can I get even coarser? Not with sandpaper, but I cannot. I will not show this on stream. What's mentioned on this package, but let's stick with the German word for this. With the Raspel. Yeah, that's something else. Does this look like a stone texture? Not really. I guess I have to do it in a circle motion. How are the other ones are looking? It's like a round one. Maybe I'll try to use the round one for certain areas. Totally new experience to make your 3D printing more rough and tumble. Normally you try to get it smooth and like shiny and even. But now you print something that's almost perfect and now you tear it apart. What a silly thing to do. I mean, it's definitely rougher than it was. Maybe I will just form this crack a bit more pronounced. So where is the needle to get this dirt out of those cracks? Okay. So this is the test piece. It's a bit dusty over here. I might, well, tidy up the place, and then I will try to have this painted with acrylic paint. I don't know if I will use some structure paste mixed in, if it's necessary. I don't want to be honest. But let's see. So this is the sanded part, like so, and this is one that is originally unsanded. So got some creaks in here, and the process isn't too complicated, so I might do this for all the other ones as well. We can also compare it to the base as well, after I cleaned up a bit here. So let's wash this, give it a wash, give it a rinse, and then let's see what color I had to use. Did you notice that I always use the same acrylic colors from project to project? One could say that I'm searching for builds that use the same color combinations and the same materials because I have them in store. I don't want to buy new stuff for each diorama. So this might be a reason why they all kind of similar in nature. If I don't have a yellow acrylic paint, then maybe the build will have not yellow in it. The more you know. Just using what's there. Okay, so for a test piece, I think this is enough. So let's tidy this up a bit, and I will see you all in a minute. Bye. Okay, so I'm back. I found out that I can put this on a stick. Have my stick pointer. And I will now look for color. So I have this, I have the paste already here. Just get this a bit. Okay, so I have the acrylic paste. This is a white paste, and we need some white color. So this is gold. We don't need the gold, but we need sand. I mean, it's made out of sand, stone, and we need sand. Maybe we need some gray. The asphalt has a nice texture, but this is way too dark. I mean, I could use the texture of the asphalt, but I have to like only a few drops. I might not be able to get this as... No. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Yellow? There was no yellow. We already established that there is no yellow. We have like a gold and we have like another gold. Why there is so much gold in here? A light ochre. Well, let's try it. And then I need some sort of like top that I can use. Now, all the tops are disgustingly dirty and filled with leftover paint. Huh. I mean, I can use this. This is already... Nah. Nah. There has to be something here. Oh, what's inside this little container? Nothing. Okay. Then I will use this. Okay, so now let's mix together something. Yeah. Okay, so we start with sand, because why not? Nothing comes out. Okay. A bit of sand. So now the structure paste. The structure paste is pretty rough, but we will make it work. And then a bit of ochre. I guess that's too much already. Let me just swoop it out. Okay. Oh, that brush is dried up already. And then a dash of gray. Okay. So let's see how this mixes together. Of course, we have to shade this whole thing. And maybe we can use a more realistic shade, because the base itself is not like very... the paint job isn't very realistic. This actually looks nice in person. It is more like a green tint on it, and a bit rough. That's why I decided to make this from scratch. But now it's all about the texture, not about the actual paint job. I guess I can use a bit more gray in here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now let's see if we can apply this onto our stick thing. And if this looks convincing. Another brush, or maybe I should like stamp this on. Let's try it like stamped on. I think I can use a brush. This doesn't look necessary to do. The structure is nicer than I thought. At least it's not so terrible than on the marine columns when I use this as a pure primer. Might even be able to get some body there. Normally you cannot really create a body with paint. It's just not very useful. But if there's some sand in it, we might be able to do this. The only thing that gets swallowed up are those creeks. So either they come back once the paint dries up, or I might have to paint this in advance and then mold in the creeks with the mini tool to have them be more pronounced and more out there. Okay, so we now got some structure done, and let's let this dry. Luckily, we have our stick. We can put this in here. Let's close up this container. I will use this another day, another time. And then let's start with something different. Because those like lanterns, you have seen them. They are like almost completely done by now. And I have to sand them and yeah, prime them, and then we can work in the details. But I guess I will do this outside of stream. So those are like the first parts that I cut out. This one belongs here. Doesn't it? No, where is it? Like, I don't really know. Okay, so this is the front part. That gets confused. So yeah, okay. So it's like this. Okay. Then the other one on the back, like this. And then in front, I want to have a second layer that I have to cut. I don't have a pencil. Sounds like a me problem, to be honest. Pencil sharpener. It doesn't really work because all those pencils are extremely old. Oh, the camera found me again. cool. And they are dropped to the floor so many times that you can't really sharp them. Breaks off immediately. So what about this one here? This looks promising. Yep. Nice and pointy. Okay, so if I want to only use this part here, how is the base looking? Okay, the base goes like this direction up to this flight here. Okay, and then goes all the way down here. So let's cut this. I had a knife. Yeah. I will do this like free-handed because at some point I have to. Okay, so this part is now waste. And if I glue this on here, maybe I can cut in some edge. Like some... I know that there is a tool for this, but I don't have it. To cut in a 45-degree angle. But those cutters are quite expensive, so I never bought one of them. At least the nicer ones. Problem though is it's the other way around, so I messed up already. Silly me. So I guess I have to do this from the other side. Okay. It was this direction. Maybe I should write like front or something on it. And now I have to like maybe measure the angle as well. I want to have it like faithful to the original. Let's see. It's like a 67-degree angle. So it's pretty out there. Would not imagine this if I just looked at the base. Let's try to glue this together. So I can use this as a stand and let it dry. In the correct angle of attack. So I need this here carved out, so to say. I still messing up the part. I've noticed. I cut the wrong side. Huh. So it's totally complete messed up here. Okay, so let's do this from the top then. Let's do this from the top. Like I need to cut. Think about it. Think about it. This here. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Yes. Okay. So what was it? A 67 degree angle. Okay. I might will use this later. So once again. So now this looks way better. The way it should look. Okay, this is a small part. I have to recut this from scratch. But I've already turned off the laser, so I might just do it by hand. There is enough space here, so let's do this over there. Follow me. Yeah. So I can use the two sides. I don't have to cut them. Let's do this again. I can do a little race against the laser. But if I'm searching things, I've already lost. Wasn't there a... Yeah, there it is. So let's see. Does not help that this is full of color now. Did not thought that I would use this piece again. Yet here we are. So this recreation process of the whole base might be a bit tedious because I also have to let those parts dry up completely. Otherwise, I would just mess up the whole building. So that's the second part, carved by hand. And I will now just, I guess it's the same thickness around the board. Let me just counter check this without touching the base too much. On the top it's like 2 centimeter, and on the bottom it's like, it's a bit narrower, so it does the thing where it gets wider. Thing is that this will not dry anytime soon. So might as well end it here and wait till tomorrow. Use a bit more glue. Would be nice if this just holds, but it doesn't. So now I can work a bit more comfortable around here. Okay. I wonder how I will just hold this in place. The interesting part is that, I mean, I can just use a small part and stick it between and let gravity do the rest. Might even be able to cut this in an angle. Yeah. That is not a bad idea. Make a temporary slice to put in there. It's funny when you look at the recreation and the parts, even though they are measured, so they can't be off by that much, it totally looks different from the proportions and all the things. So I was like, huh. And I guess in some cases it is. That is too big of a piece. Almost. I knew it. Oh, I've got some glue on it now, so maybe it will stick to the other part. Keep it alive. Yeah. Okay. So if I let this dry up, it hopefully might be able to work on it again. Still not sure if this works. The measurements are like a bit off. It's hard to put this in an angle, to be honest, with just wood glue. Let me think about something. Is it still? Is it still? Okay. So it is. Okay. This one here dries up surprisingly fast. But I guess I have to account for the thickness of the cardboard as well. So this might be the thing why it doesn't work. Yeah, okay. So that's better now. I mean, I guess I can use a bit of tape, because why not? Just tape this. Let's tape this in here. So now set this up to dry somewhere where there is a space. But it's starting to dry already, so I'm confident that this will work. Okay, so it is almost midnight. This means we're ending the stream right here. How's the piece with the texture coming? Oh, okay. So yeah, the grooves are coming back ever so slightly. Not everything is covered though. There are some parts missing. Interesting. It's not completely dry yet, but it already starts to... We're getting there, we're getting there. What we can try now is how the weathering would work. So interesting that this is like not painted at all. Okay. So I guess now everything is covered. So I will let this dry even further and take a look at it the other day. Yeah, thank you very much. I wish you a nice weekend too. Let's continue with this next Friday, and yeah, Monday there will be a Plum Monday. I think so. I still can do the armor of the Lancer. I still have to build it, and yeah. This was another Plum Monday, another full-time stream. Monday is Plum Monday, Friday is full-time, and yeah, let's see if we can raid someone that is online. Let's hop into the console here. Let's see if we can raid someone. Is someone online? No one that I know. It's like whole VTubing thing is pretty popular. Oh, someone is building their first Gunpla. That seems appropriate. Let's hop in and say hello. And yeah, thank you so much for watching the stream. Stick around for the raid, and I will catch you all on Monday for Plum Monday and next Friday for full time. Bye.